If you're a buyer discouraged by the hot market right now, I'm gonna give you 3 things to consider to change your mindset coming up next. Hey, what's going on, friends? Dylan Onaka here with the Buy Big Island video blog. And with this hot market right now, I'm hearing a lot of people, especially on the buy side, getting discouraged, feeling depressed that this is a bad time to buy and it's too competitive and it's too hard and there's no inventory and there's all this negative noise out there. So I'm gonna give you 3 things to consider, to think about, to maybe shift your mindset a little bit and get your mind in the right place. Because if you're not out there trying to get a house, you're definitely not gonna get a house, right? So the first thing is the inventory shortage, right? Definitely we are at historically low inventory levels, right? If you look at it month on month, what's on the market currently right now, there's no denying that. But the reality is more homes sold, more properties sold in 2021 than almost ever in history in a year, right? So that's not an inventory problem. If you look at the historical numbers, about 5,000 properties sell on the Big Island every year. In 2021, there was 7,700 that sold. So a 50% increase in the number of properties that sold. That is not an inventory crisis, right? That just means everything that came on the market sold quickly. So it's just a matter of it not staying on the market very long. So there's plenty of inventory out there. There's plenty of inventory coming on the market. It's just going off quickly and selling quickly. And so that's like the wrong mindset. If you're waiting for there to be 100 houses on the market and you get to choose from all of them, that's not going to happen, right? But there's definitely new houses coming on, new properties coming on regularly. They're just going off quickly. So you got to be in a position, prepared, ready to go quickly. And so there is no real inventory crisis. It's a days on market crisis, right? Things don't stay on very long because of the buyer demand. So that's the first one. The second one is feeling like you're at the height of the market or waiting for it to crash. You want to time the market, right? It's too expensive right now. And that is definitely a misplaced perspective, because I personally feel like every time I've bought real estate, it's felt like it was expensive. It felt like it was maybe the height of the market, right? Until a month goes by, 6 months goes by, and then now you feel like you got a good deal because there's been equity and the market continues to move up, right? And that's definitely the case today. So one thing to think about is if you're looking for a deal, right? The deal is the house you buy today, 6 months from now, because you're gonna feel like 6 months from now after you bought that house, man, what a good deal that was. I'm glad I bought when I bought. And that's definitely the case for anybody who bought in the last 2 years, right? All of our clients who bought in the last 2 years, if they bought 6 months ago, a year ago, they're feeling like a genius today because they bought at the right time. At that time, I bet if you asked them, they felt like they were buying at the height of the market, right? So it's all about perspective. It's all about looking back. So the house you buy today is going to be a deal 6 months from now, and it's going to feel free 20 years from now, right? So if you push off buying today into the future, that deal's never going to come, and you're pushing off that feeling like you made a good decision sometime into the future. So the bottom line is, don't wait. Because number 3 is, all the experts are saying, this is a 4-year run, right? This is not going to end anytime soon. There's not going to be a slowdown. There's not going to be a crash. We've talked about this in videos before. There's no economic indicators out there that are showing that something's going to change and the market's going to have a huge downturn, right? The buyer demand is still there. There's not a whole lot of new homes being built to be put on the market. Interest rates are still historically low, right? Interest rates are definitely going to start rising. They already have started rising. Everybody agrees on that. But they're thinking 4.5%. At 4.5%, it's still historically low interest rates, right? When I remember buying my first house above 5%, and we could refi for under 5%, it was like a big deal, right? So we've been spoiled in the last couple of years with really, really low interest rates. But even if they go up a little bit, it's not gonna put a huge stop and slowdown on the market, because it's still gonna be historically low interest rates compared to 25, 30, the years ago where you had double-digit interest rates, right? 10, 12, 15%, like a lot of people bought back in the 80s and the 90s. And so don't wait on that. This is going to continue to go. The longer you wait, the further left out you're going to be. And it's like fishing, right? If you don't have lines in the water, you're definitely not going to catch any fish. And if you're not shopping and making offers, you're definitely not going to get a house. So keep your head up. Don't get depressed. Don't listen to the noise. You just got to be out there doing your best, taking your shots, working with somebody who knows what they're doing, that has a competitive advantage. They have relationships with realtors in the community, maybe knows some stuff that's coming up off market that you can compete for. You got to be out there. You got to be in the market. If your plan is to buy a house, if your goal is to buy a house, you got to stick with it. Don't be discouraged. It'll work out when the time's right, and we're here to help you if you need anything. So Dylan at Buy Big Island. If you have any questions, and if not, put them in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next week. Aloha.